Have you ever bought the absolute cheapest battery you could find for your RV or solar setup, only to have it completely die on you way sooner than you expected? Yeah, it's incredibly common. And honestly, if that's happened to you, you might have just experienced one of the most expensive mistakes in energy storage. We kind of just naturally assume that the lowest price tag means the lowest overall cost, right? Well, when it comes to storing electricity, that is almost never the case. Welcome to this explainer. I'm so glad you're here, because today we're going to completely flip the script on how you buy batteries. We're going to break down the true economics of battery lifetime energy cost. We'll see exactly why those supposedly cheap batteries actually end up being surprisingly and painfully expensive. Basically, we're going to hand you the exact same mathematical tools that professional system designers use every single day. Here's our quick roadmap for today. 1. The cheap battery trap. 2. The engineering perspective. 3. Calculating true energy cost. 4. Real-world battery risks. And finally, 5. A new way to buy. All right, let's jump right into section 1, the cheap battery trap, looking at upfront cost versus long-term value. So let's start here, because this is where most folks, and honestly, even a lot of standard buying guides, go completely off the rails. When people are shopping for batteries, they naturally just look at the price tags. You look at battery A for $200 and battery B for $500. Well, battery A obviously looks like a total steal, right? Most buyers simply grab the lowest upfront cost. Sure, some might briefly think, oh, lithium charges faster, or lead acid is cheaper right now, but stopping your analysis right there, that leads you straight into a massive financial trap, because it completely ignores the battery's long-term value. Moving to section 2, the engineering perspective. This is all about a total mindset shift. Okay, let's dive into this. To actually escape that trap, we've got to totally change how we look at the problem. A standard consumer looks at two options and immediately asks which battery is cheaper. But an engineer evaluates energy storage in a completely different universe. They ask, which battery actually delivers the lowest cost for every kilowatt hour I use during its entire life? Instead of obsessing over the cash leaving your wallet right this second, professional designers care exclusively about the actual electricity that battery is going to pump out over its entire operational lifespan. That brings us to section 3, calculating true energy cost. Let's look at the step-by-step math. So how do we actually figure this out without needing an advanced degree? Well, before we crunch any numbers, we have to nail down a couple of absolutely crucial definitions. First up is depth of discharge, or DOD for short. This describes exactly how much of a battery's stored energy you can actually remove during normal operation. You see, stored energy is not the same thing as usable energy. Every battery chemistry has strict operating limits. So if you buy a battery with a huge advertised capacity, but you can only safely use a tiny slice of it without doing permanent damage, well, your usable energy is actually pretty pathetic. This is exactly why you should literally never evaluate a battery based on its raw capacity alone. The second vital definition you need to know is cycle life. A cycle is just one complete charge and discharge event, measured under really strict manufacturer testing conditions. Basically, cycle life tells us exactly how many times that charge and discharge process can happen before the battery just reaches the end of its life. Think of it like the battery's heartbeat. Imagine you're out in an off-grid cabin and it suddenly goes totally dark because that heartbeat just flatlined. If one battery gives you a few hundred cycles and another survives for several thousand, that specific number is going to have a massive, massive impact on your long-term wallet. Okay, to calculate our true cost, we're going to follow a really simple 4-step mathematical process. Consider this your mental checklist. Step 1, figure out the stored energy. Step 2, find the usable energy. Step 3, calculate the lifetime energy. And step 4, figure out your final cost per kilowatt hour. Let's keep this energetic and see how this actually builds into our first equations. Here are our first two formulas. To find that stored energy, we just multiply the battery's voltage by its amp hours. For example, a standard 12-volt, 100 amp hour battery stores 1,200 watt-hours, or 1.2 kilowatt-hours of potential energy. But hey, remember our old friend depth of discharge? To find the usable energy, we have to multiply that stored energy by the DOD. So if that 1.2 kilowatt-hour battery is lead acid and it's restricted to a 50% depth of discharge, your actual usable energy is only 0.6 kilowatt-hours. Honestly, this brilliantly illustrates why just glancing at the label is so incredibly misleading. You are literally only getting half of what's in the box. All right, now we hit step 3, and I really want you to pay close attention here, because this is hands down the most important equation in this entire explainer. Lifetime energy equals usable energy multiplied by cycles. This shows you the actual total amount of electricity that battery will physically provide to you before it totally dies and needs replacing. This right here is the true measure of what you are actually paying for. Now, what's really interesting about this is when you let this math play out in a real-world comparison, the difference is just staggering. If we look at a traditional, cheaper lead-acid battery and compare it to a more expensive lithium iron phosphate or LiFePO4 battery, the reality becomes super clear. That lead-acid battery is usually operated at only 50% depth of discharge and might only last you a few hundred cycles. But the lithium battery, it can be discharged much, much deeper, often near 100%, and it easily lasts thousands of cycles. So when you actually run Formula 3, that expensive lithium battery ends up delivering exponentially more lifetime energy than the cheap lead-acid one. It's really no contest. Moving on to Section 4, real-world battery risks. Basically, the variables that can totally ruin our perfect math. As much as we'd like to, we don't live in a perfect spreadsheet. That beautiful math we just did can be entirely destroyed if we ignore real-world risks. Real-world application and honestly, just plain abuse change cycle life dramatically. If you repeatedly deep discharge a lead-acid battery past its recommended limits, you're going to slash its service life. It's kind of like taking a golf cart designed for perfectly flat greens and repeatedly driving it up a rocky mountain. It's going to die fast. Another major risk is undersizing your battery bank. An undersized bank gets hit with much higher discharge stress, and that leads to way faster degradation, completely ruining your economic value. Throw in things like overheating, improper charging, or just ignoring cycle limits, and you are basically guaranteeing that you'll be buying replacements way sooner than your math predicted. Because battery quality varies so wildly out there, you absolutely must protect your investment. Always, always verify the manufacturer's specifications, double-check warranty terms, and look for actual cycle life testing data before you hand over your hard-earned cash. And once you own it, you've got to protect it. That means using properly sized cables, fuses, and overcurrent protection. Those incredible cycle life specs are really only achieved when batteries are operated strictly by the book, according to the manufacturer's guidelines. And finally, Section 5, a new way to buy, the final evaluation. Which brings us right to our big conclusion. We are finally ready to pull the whole shebang together for step 4. So the crucial point is this final metric, cost per kilowatt hour. You calculate this just by dividing the upfront battery purchase price by the total lifetime energy we calculated earlier. Lower values here indicate a drastically better long-term deal. This single calculation completely strips away the flashy marketing claims, ignores the pretty labels, and reveals the true, undeniable economic value of what you're buying. I think this quote perfectly summarizes our whole journey today. Electricity delivered over time is what matters, not just the number printed on the sales receipt. A battery with a really high purchase price that gives you thousands of deep discharge cycles will almost always have a drastically lower cost per kilowatt hour than a cheap battery that just rolls over and dies after 12 months. In so many cases, the battery that seems way too expensive today becomes the absolute most economical choice you could have made tomorrow. So I want to leave you with a direct challenge. What battery type are you actually using for your setup right now? Have you ever sat down and calculated its true cost per kilowatt hour delivered over its entire lifetime? I highly encourage you to take these 4 engineering steps and evaluate your own energy storage. You might be seriously surprised at what you find out. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and happy calculating!